about, let's say, 18 months, or let's say maybe 12 months to get yourself to be ready to launch, right? So that's all the pre-work. That's not considered like ground zero, right? Pre-work. Ground zero, I'd say give yourself about 3 to 5 years of doing your business full on. Meaning, you're not saying, oh, but if I had only done X, maybe this could have been better. If you have doubts in your mind about where your business has holes and opportunity, fill them quickly, because you will not know how successful your business can be unless you are operating on full capacity. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't skimp on your marketing. Most people do. Don't skimp on your sales. Most people do. Don't skimp on the frequency of collections and product delivery. Most people do, right? So you need to be consistent about that. Now, after about, let's say, 3 years, you're like, no traction, nothing, right? Maybe you have marginal sales, but you're not getting feedback either from a sales standpoint or even on a social media branding standpoint, which we all know is extremely needed in order to be competitive in today's market, right? We cannot build businesses without building media companies. We cannot anymore, right? If you have a brand, you have a media company. So we need to be consistent. So if you're not seeing any traction, if you're not seeing any sales come in, yes, definitely time to cut. If you see that you're getting a lot of traction on your communication strategy, that people love your content, but people aren't selling, you may want to ask yourself, well, does my product need to change here? Does my pricing need to change, right? Is my marketing and communication actually speaking to a totally different type of customer who wants to purchase? Right? So sometimes there's a disconnect. When we do brand DNA strategies internally, this is so much fun, we'll take a look at existing brands who want us to evaluate what their brand pillars are. And what we do is at the end, we'll do mock-up of logos and say, you know what, based on now who we know your customer to be, based on what we think is the best version of your business, does your logo and your brand ID actually make any sense? Most of the time it doesn't, unless you've done that pre-work, right? Unless you know who that customer is. So as opposed to like jumping to the doingness of just getting things done and crossing it off your list, you've got to kind of step back and say, who do we want to be and who do we want to be this for? And then build your brand and your product and your collections for that customer. So I would say 3 to 5 years.